Welcome to Smokeysteveandmarc.
I'm Mark.
I'm Steve.
Welcome or welcome back. Ooh, nice to see you.
Nice to see y'all. Feels like it's been a minute.
It feels like
it's been a
that
minute.
with us together.
I know, the two of us together.
Right.
I was out traipsing, and then I was, and then now we're here.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
it's
That's
good to
very,
see y'all. It
very
feels like it's been a little while.
Yes, and welcome to Full Moon Chit Chat. You startled me.
Well, it's all about the bass.
I guess I've been startling you for a couple days, so I
Yeah.
was due.
Yeah, I know. You haven't been quite yourself.
No,
In some ways. In other ways, you're extraordinarily Marc, and in other ways, you're not.
Well, I do feel a little different, but whatever. Last time we were together, I think we were at camp, right?
At camp SSAM. Yeah.
That excursion where I fell, that was quite the excursion.
Yeah.
Oh, still haven't recovered from it.
No.
Okay, well, we were talking on
I was going
Monday.
to say, you fell? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I fell and got hurt. But it completely healed. I was telling them on Mondays with Mark on Wednesday.
I didn't know you'd fallen.
I told you that day.
Oh.
You were very concerned. We even had to leave a little early because you were concerned about it.
God. Okay.
Where's your mind? Who's acting weird?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. So welcome to some full moon chit chat. Oh yeah, it's the hunter's moon, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately following the harvest moon.
How about that? It's so bright outside you could read.
I know it is really bright. Yeah, and it's been very cold at night here.
Very, very, very cold.
But we have good news.
We have good news.
We do.
The heat's on.
The heat's on.
The heat's on.
And it's hot as Hades in here.
Oh my God. So they wait until a certain time, certain day to do it. Well, they waited until that day, and then it needed a part. So our indoor temperature was about 55 degrees, if not a little bit lower, the last couple days. And then just morning around 10. All right?
Yeah. So now I'm probably an inch.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, at any rate, the weather, I have to say, coming back was a little disappointing. It was so gray and cold and fall-like here, and it was beautiful when I was out of town visiting. So it was different to come back. It's closer to Halloween. Things are getting spookier. More and more
2 weeks.
More and more houses on the block with the decorations.
Mm-hmm.
Things just feel a little creepier sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tis the season, I guess.
Tis the season. Oh, and we're gonna have. Well, we'll probably have fun tonight. We have a little project to do, and then you're going to do a little. Well, I guess it's not a spooky story time, but it's a story time.
A story time. Yeah.
About your trip.
About my trip. I rarely leave the humble abode.
Yeah.
So it was a baby's day out. We had a good time. So that's mentioned too.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I haven't heard all about it. I heard a lot, but not all of it yet. So it'll be nice to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. So something's been gnawing at me.
I knew you were lying about something. What is it?
You knew. He always knows. I guess that's marriage, right?
It is. So what are you lying about?
Well, you do remember. I mean, you said you don't, but when we were at camp and I had an accident, I fell and when I was doing my story time, that's when it happened.
Yeah, I remember a bandage of some kind.
Well, I didn't fall.
Oh.
No, I didn't fall. I actually was bit.
Bit?
I was bit by a dog or a wolf or something.
A wolf?
A dog or a wolf or something. And I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, he did bite me, and then I
didn't break the skin.
Well, you saw the blood. And then he ran off. So I mean, it could have been much worse.
I guess.
I did get bit, and but it healed in one day.
Well, good.
I swear, I actually feel better. I think it just kind of knocked my senses, because
Maybe.
I can smell better and see better. You smell very good.
Thank you. Like what? Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, I know. See, sometimes I just get so into it.
A lot of people do that when they get bit by a dog. I don't think we got the whole story here. I just really don't.
You don't?
No, I don't know what.
All right, so it was a wolf. I think it was a wolf.
So you were bit by a wolf.
I didn't think we had wolves around here.
All right, so first you fell, and then it was a dog. Are we there yet, or is there another lie?
No, it was. I believe that it was a wolf that I was bit by.
God, you shouldn't get bit by wolves. It's not. Don't you know the lore, all that stuff?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you believe in that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I'm gonna have to look this up. I'm gonna have to see what's what.
Look what up?
Something doesn't seem right. You got bit, and then you're acting funny.
Honey, I'm not a werewolf.
Well, the cat would know.
Or am I?
Are you? We're gonna Google.
You're gonna Google it?
Alexa, is Marc a werewolf?
What do you do?
I'm gonna look it up. I don't
look what? What to do if somebody's bitten by a wolf?
Something seems off. Something seems off. So I need to find out
Right.
what to do, what might help. I always want to help you, even if you are in a compromised state.
All right.
So
Well,
let's find out what's what.
If it makes you feel better, sure. All right. Well, you know what, guys? While he's doing this, I just happen to have a little project to do with you, and this one was a viewer request. So come on with me as we head over to the craft room. Come on, let's go. You want to go, Bandit? Let's go. So this project, oh yeah, is actually by request. And it's actually by a request from several viewers because you've seen this, the finished product you've seen hanging on our set. Y'all, we're going to be making some creepy bug portraits for Halloween, and they're so easy to do, too. So, here, check it out. Oh, it's so nice getting those messages. Hey, did you buy those? How much were they? Or did you make them? Ooh, when someone says, like, did you buy that and it's something you made, it's just so cool, right? Okay. So, the first thing we need, frame from the Dollar Tree. Well, really, any frame will do. Any size, any style, any frame will do. In addition to that, you'll need some black foam core or black poster board. We're going to need some metallic gold paint and some flat black paint as well. Spray bombs or brush on, your choice. Our nifty difty hot glue gun. And then we need some bugs, y'all. Some bugs, of course. You remember in our Halloween haul, I showed you I got a whole box of these. These little plastic toy bugs there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our frame and paint her black. Ta-da! Fast, huh? All right. And then, why don't we do this again? The second thing we're going to do is take our bug and paint him gold. Ta-da! Looks pretty cool, huh? Still creepy, but looks a little bit better than it did. All right, so let's take a look at what we do next here. We are going to take apart our frame, take everything out, and we're going to discard of that glass or save it for another use. Make sure our little tags here are all bent. Kitty cats are running around everywhere like nuts. That's okay, though. Okay, so we have that. And now, using our backing, the back that came with it, we're going to trace on our poster board or our foam core the same size and cut a piece out at the same size that'll fit right in. I already had one cut out to go, and it's all ready to go here, okay? And now, and then we're just going to reassemble her, but we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue, just not, you can just do very lightly. This is just to like kind of secure our backing in, okay? So we're going to put a little bit of hot glue, and then we're going to start with our poster board, and we're going to put our poster board in there and tack her down, make sure she gets on that hot glue there. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and put our backing on. And you're going to want to put the backing on, especially if you want to have this stand up. Like if you're going to put it on your mantle or something, you're definitely going to want that. Okay, there we go. Good thing I did glue that because I lost one of the brads over here. Okay, so now we are ready to go just like that. And like I told you, this is easy. This is the last step, y'all. We're going to place our bug on there. So, let's see. We're going to put him just like that. Maybe I'll have him facing up. I'll have him facing up. Okay. I have to remember, I'm upside down with you guys here. Okay. So we're going to put some glue anywhere where our little bug touches. We're going to put some hot glue. And then make sure he's centered in there. Okay. And there you go. He's all stuck on there. Now, of course, if you have a larger frame, absolutely put 2, 3, 4, do whatever you want. I think a bunch of these together in a collection on the wall or on the mantle looks really, really good. Pretty cool, huh? Easy, inexpensive, everything you can get at the Dollar Tree, even the bugs you can get at the Dollar Tree. I just got a whole big bunch of them. Here's our scorpion, y'all. Scorpion there. Ooh. You saw the ones on the set already. I'll put pictures, I guess. there you have it. Our creepy bug portraits for Halloween.
All right. According to Google, it says the only thing to do is protect yourself, protect your community, and protect the infected individual by securely locking them in an unused room on the night of the full moon. Other than that, shooting the infected individual with a silver bullet will end the curse, but will result in the individual being deceased.
Oh, we don't want that.
No, just because you're feeling not yourself, I don't want to see that happen.
And where do you find a silver bullet?
Oh, God, I don't even know who to call.
I don't even.
Alexa, silver bullets.
Oh, no, forget that. So, you want to lock me away?
I do want to lock you away. I think it's for your safety. I think it's for my safety. Google doesn't lie. So I think we need to find a room. We have a few, and just somewhere to put you to be safe.
It is the full moon.
It's the full moon. You got bit by a wolf. I think it's in everybody's best interest.
Okay.
We're going to put you away for a little while.
Okay, I'm all right with it. Lock me in the bedroom.
Yeah, just a little while.
I have my TV in there. We got the bed. If
Yeah.
it makes you feel better, you can lock me in there. I'll pee before I go in.
Yeah.
And then you're going to leave me out in the morning, I guess.
Pretty much that's what we'll do. But
I'm just going to sleep.
I'm not going to leave the cats in there because, could be unsafe.
I might eat them.
You might eat them.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
If I see
Really, I've been digging rare red meat lately.
Exactly, which is why we're not letting them in. So,
all right.
So let's get your diseased self into the bedroom so we can live out the full moon here, okay?
All right. Does this make you guys feel better too? Then we'll do this.
Yeah.
All right. I will do it. I got now.
Now, yeah.
Well, I guess this is goodbye until I see you tomorrow.
Well, we'll see you. I mean, it's okay. We're just
all right. I'll play the game. That's okay. Good. You can lock me in.
Let's go.
All right. Let me get my stuff together and we'll go out. Okay. Here we go. So I got all my stuff in here. I'm ready to go. I even lit some incense. So we're good. We're good. Bed ready. I peed. I got some snacks, the TV. All right. I'm ready. So.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Y'all, I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure where it's going on. The cats are going crazy. I don't know what's up. So, as a sidebar here, I'm just going to sit down with you for something sane. I'm going to fill you in on a trip I took recently just to go out of town. I was off the channel for a few days. Marc was doing the spooky content. So, I don't get out a lot. Pretty much. And when it was coming around the wedding, Marc and I were joking, oh, bachelor party, this, that, the other. And he had ended up going, not on a bachelor party, but he went out of town with a good friend and they went down to Florida. So I was always joking, when am I going to get mine? Well, I got back in touch with my friend from college. Here come the cats. Told you they're crazy. And we decided we were going to meet up and hang out. He lives in Philly. He has a place there. It's like a second home to me. I went to school there, lived there, love it. So I was like, yeah, sure. So coordinating that is very different than when you're 18. And you just say, yeah, I'll meet you there. And you figure it out on the way. And it only costs $20 to do. So in the interest of arranging all this so that I could go out of town, I didn't have to take any time from work. Unfortunately, I got sick when I got back. But aside from that, it was Columbus Day weekend and I had some flexible time that I could use from the week before. So I was able to get out of town Friday and I came back on Monday morning. So Friday, I flexed. I didn't have that day to work in the morning. It was only a couple hour day. Packed all my stuff together. Marc was going to keep the car. That was what I thought. He can't be hobbling around and Ubering everything. So left him the car and I was going to take the bus. So had all my stuff packed, gave the call. I'm on my way, got my ticket. It's very different to take a bus now than it was 20 years ago, in case you haven't. Everything was on my phone. I just brought up the ticket and scanned it. And I couldn't find a decent time to arrive because I waited probably a little too long to book. So traveling into Philly on a Friday night, was it wasn't expensive, but it was more. Plus, on the way there, it makes 5 stops. The ride actually takes 5.5 hours to get there. Now, a straight shot drive from Scranton to Philly would be 2.5 tops, maybe. But this one stopped in all these towns on the way down the eastern side of Pennsylvania. So we stopped in Stroudsburg, we stopped in Mount Pocono, we stopped in Easton, we stopped in Quakertown, and worked our whole way down. Now, that aside, there was a little bit of traffic on that Friday night. Just a little bit. And as it went, I was on the bus for 6.5 hours because there was another 1.5 hour delay by not getting there. So it was a long time. So my friend's texting me the whole time on the bus. I'm like, I don't know, my iPhone's almost dead. And the MP3 player stopped, tried to let him know I'm coming. I'm just stuck where this is. So we get off. It doesn't get off at the Greyhound station. It gets off downtown at like Second Spring Garden, which is, I guess, some of the other buses, Flixbus and everything, like all pick up from that area. So it dropped me off there. The area looks quite different than I remember. It's so much nicer. There's so many, well, gentrification has its perks and its drawbacks, I suppose. But neighborhoods that used to look like crack dens now look had condos. Certainly it's priced out the residents, but the neighborhood looks cleaner, it looks different. So good or bad, that has happened. And so it was an interesting change to see. Called an Uber, because I don't take Ubers like that. We didn't until the car was wrecked. So got an Uber from there. Now, again, on a Friday night in downtown Philly, trying to get an Uber at 11 o'clock. I had to wait a while. I had to wait for a guy to come all the way from almost West Philly to come pick me up. But I didn't know where I was going. I found out later it wasn't terribly far in the daytime, but I didn't know where I was going. So I got my Uber, get to his place, and go see my friend. And he has this dog. If you see white fur on this, that's from my new friend, AJ. AJ's a fluffy little puppy, he is. I've seen pictures of the dog. I don't have a problem with dogs. We have cats. I always used to be afraid of dogs, big dogs especially. And AJ's a big boy. He's a pit, Dal, something, I don't know, some sort of mix of something or other. And good boy, high energy, very high energy. So I get in the door and I don't see my friend first. I see the dog jumping up at me. Find my way in. We catch up for a little bit and just watch TV and we're hanging out. And then I went to bed. Next day was Saturday. And we got up and did a little bit of sightseeing. We went to the Barnes Foundation to go to the museum, which was kind of fun. We drove around to some of the old neighborhoods I used to live in to see what looks better, what looks worse, what's changed, what hasn't in people and buildings and stuff. So hung around. That was a fun day. He's seeing somebody, so we were going to run up and meet up with them a couple times. Didn't seem to happen. Did run into another college friend. We went for brunch. Okay. We went for brunch, and it was delicious. And I got to see another college friend who I wasn't as close to, but always liked very much. And he's doing great. He's doing well. I mean, he's worked to death, it looks like, but he's doing well for himself. And we got to hang out and chit chat for a little bit and just eat. It was nice. It was nice. So we finished up brunch. We went to the museum. We had dinner at his place. Didn't want to go out or really order out, so we just ate there. And watched a couple movies. I think we watched Friday the 13th Part 2. No, Halloween Part 2. And it was a lot of fun. Just around bullshit. It was just like old times. It was like no time had passed. So the dog, of course, left me with a few marks. I won't show you where because they're in semi-private places, but I have huge bruises and gashes from that love muffin. He's a good boy. He's a big pumpkin, but he's a big boy. So as it turns out, and I, hand to God, did not know until I was going there, it's Outfest, now called Hourfest, this weekend in Philadelphia. They changed the out to hour because calling someone being in the closet is a microaggression of some sort. I don't know. So they changed the name of the event. And it's like a 4 square block party in Philadelphia in the gayborhood, the gay section of town. And they have drinking and the bars are open and music and drag queens. And there's usually some Christians protesting, but this year I didn't see any. And all the little shops are open and the nonprofits and people giving out condoms and Narcan and all that good stuff. And you'll see some families there mixed in, a few strollers, that kind of thing. So to that end, it didn't look that different than when I had been there in the mid-2000s. It was less crowded, I'll say that. And I became painfully aware that I felt extremely fat all at once when I got out of this. We got into the neighborhood. I'm like, everyone's in tight shorts, like almost daisies, and really, really tight shirts. And I'm not. I was in like a long sleeve t-shirt. I think I had on like board short length khaki shorts and some Pumas. And we were going to go out and paint the town red. It was challenging a little bit because I don't drink. And it's not that my friend did or didn't drink. There was the offer, I won't drink if you don't want to. I'm like, it's not anybody's problem really, except for mine to deal with it. I appreciate the outreach of concern from people when they do it. I think they get nervous. It's like, it's okay. If we go to a restaurant, you can have a beer. I'm not going to burst into flames. I'm not going to fly over the table and wrap it out of your hand. It's okay. And to the extent that we were at the Pride event, it was okay. It was pretty good, actually. Went in and out of a couple bars. Didn't really faze me. One of them was the Bike Stop. It's a leather bar, but they have great pool. And we were watching. It was so unbusy that we walked into a bar, sat down at a table, and watched a football game. That's how unbusy it was. It used to be like shoulder to shoulder. You could smell the Aqua di Gio and sweat, and the glitter would get stuck to you from the twinks. And it was just a very different time and place. Now everyone looks. I mean, we were all kind of, you know, you always want to fit in the clique, but I look at these kids now and I think, oh my God, I was not them. I was the weirdo kid over in the corner who was dressed funny. I never played well with the other boys, usually. So did the pride thing. I left early because I was getting like, he's meeting with his friend and they're talking and they have other friends they're going to congregate with. And if they didn't want to go out, drink, dance, do whatever, I don't want to get in the way of that. So I took an Uber back to my friend's place and took a shower, hung out with the dog. He took a nap. We watched TV. It was great. It was absolutely great. And he has a relatively new place. It's new construction with all these fun bells and whistles. So the lights go off and on, and the bidet does this and that. Like, it's all sorts of different stuff. So it was like a treat for me to be out in a place like that. It was very, very cozy to be there. So go to bed. Next morning, Sunday was Outfest. We got Chinese food. He got takeout on the way home, and we ate when he got home. Watched maybe another movie and then fell asleep. It was a long day because we did a lot of walking. And then Monday morning, I was getting a bus out for 11. So got up my stuff together, and I started walking towards where I knew the bus stop was, which is still not in his neighborhood, but during the daylight, and it was a clean shot. It looked safe to me. It was about a 25-minute walk. So to save $30, I walked from his place back to the bus station and got on there. And that wasn't bad at all. The ride back was as short as they said. It wasn't nearly as crowded. I forgot how crowded a Greyhound bus can be. And see, when you start up here, 6, 7 people get on. But as you get closer to Philly or closer to New York, they make all the same kind of stops through New Jersey. It starts to fill up. So by the time you get to Philly or to Port Authority, it's so jammed in there you can barely get out. And you have to pay extra to not sit next to anyone anymore. And the staff weren't as nice as they could have been. You know, the driver initially was yelling at, there was some little boy, and I say that because he was too old to know better. He was like 25 probably, in a cowboy hat, a belt, and boots, screaming into a cell phone, and the driver yelled at him. Now, I didn't like him screaming either, but the driver screaming, it distracts the driver. So we're all going to whisper the whole way? No one should scream in your ear, of course. I want you to be safe driving us also. But take it down a notch, Picard. It's not that big of a deal. You drive the bus. So I made it back. Marc picked me up. We came home, unpacked, ate. I usually try to put everything back in its place right where I can when I get home from taking a trip out somewhere. So came back, put everything back in its place as best I could, checked in with the friends, said had a great time. We'll have to do it again soon. You know, it was definitely cool. Maybe you'll bring Marc with me next time. They have some things in common that they would be interested in sharing, so that would actually be not a bad thing either. And just to maybe plan to do something again. So it was nice to kind of re-break the ice on an old friendship, you know? So that's what I had done. It was fun. Now when I got back, went to work Tuesday, I was half dead, but you know, it's what it is. It was the weekend. At least I wasn't hungover. And then by around Tuesday, this would have been Tuesday because long day. Tuesday afternoon, I started to feel lousy. And it kept. And without going into details, I home from work. I for a couple days at least, if not maybe another one. So that's how things are as we wrap up here. But I was left with so many memories, a new puppy friend, and it was good to see the old buddy. All right, so that was my trip. Touching, emotional, sentimental. Looking forward to some other trips with that friend and some others as well. I think there's something trying the door handle. Do you hear that? What's happening in there? What was that? What is that? It's you! You're back!
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. Oh my god! We're going. Oh my god. What is the hell? Oh my god. This is not looking good. The door, not good. Oh god. Okay. And he's gone. Is he? He might be gone. I don't know. I'm not seeing them, guys. I don't know what to do. So now what?